What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, actually, y'all, please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rema Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, we got some news coming out of WWE video game headquarters. I repeat, not concerning WWE 2K. But what do you mean by that, Rage King? I'm glad you asked. Allow me to explain. WWE is reportedly working on something in the RPG realm, the RPG space, the role-playing game space, however you want to call it. Now let's speak on it. Now we got an article here explaining such game being made and the details behind it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. On a WWE earnings call this week, Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon expressed the company's commitment to video games, including its pursuit of a project in the role-playing game space. The muscle-bound machismo of the squared circle seems like it could be a perfect fit for gaming, but the WWE's legacy on that front has been decidedly mixed, with some fondly remembered games from the arcade and 16-bit days overshadowed by the WWE 2K series, whose most recent entries McMahon touched on in a call. We are extremely pleased with the relaunch of our premium video game console franchise, WWE 2K, said McMahon. After taking a little more than a year off to improve the game engine, we worked hand in glove with our partners at Take-Two Interactive, listened to our customers and fans, and earned back their trust by delivering a game that exceeded their expectations. Hold on, speak for yourself, lady. Speak for yourself, because I got plenty of videos speaking on all the things y'all missed. Now, don't get me wrong. Is it an upgrade from WWE 2K20? Absolutely, but damn it, you didn't have to try too hard to get that, because that's how bad that game was. So when you say exceeding their expectations, please don't say that you're talking about the fans. You may have exceeded your expectations as far as sales, but as far as that game's gameplay wise and the modes that are still very much broken in that game, speak for yourself. Respectfully. Now let's continue. WWE 2K22 was a commercial and critical success. You have no argument for me there as far as sales go. With the highest Metacritic scores on both Xbox and PlayStation platforms in the franchise history, with over 5.6 million hours viewed on Twitch to date. The previous entry, 2K20, was a notorious flop, with graphical and gameplay glitches making the rounds on YouTube and an expensive $90 digital deluxe edition doing little help to help its reputation. When I say that game was absolute trash, y'all, I mean that game was absolute trash. That was also one of those times where I thought about getting the game and I just held off just to see what they was going to do new, and I am so glad I didn't spend a penny on that shit, because I'm telling you right now, if I would have bought that game and it had been doing the shit on me that it was doing to everybody else, boy, I would have been. Y'all done seen. For those that have been around for a while, y'all know how animated I get. Y'all know how Rage can get when I spend some money on the game I want to play and that bitch buggy and ain't working. Y'all know how I get. So imagine how I would have been with the wrestling. Let's continue. 2K22 has fared better, but the highest Metacritic scores on both Xbox and PlayStation platforms in franchise history fall in the high 70s. As I said earlier, y'all may have exceeded the expectations as far as sales go, but as far as customer satisfaction, y'all got a long way to go in WWE 2K22. Is it an upgrade? Yes, but it's still a long way from where it needs to be, especially after a 2-year hiatus. I don't want to hear the excuses. Let's continue. With the PC version down at 72. Decent numbers, but not exactly encouraging for a series high watermark, and that's what I'm saying. If that's y'all series high, if that's the highest if the highest Metacritic score was in the high 70s, maybe around a 77, 78, 79, if that's the best y'all got after a 2-year hiatus, yeah, it's an upgrade, but a long way to go. Just to reiterate. Continuing, McMahon gets to the part of the call we're interested in. We continue to see strength in the performance of our mobile games with 2K and Scopely, Supercard and Champions, and recently signed a new deal in the role-playing game space that will be announced soon. So, no true details on it yet as far as what the game is going to be called or release date, but just know that this game is officially in the works. So there's a WWE RPG game in the works. A WWE RPG game, excuse me. So there's a WWE RPG in the works, apparently. The fact that McMahon mentioned this project in the same breath as WWE's mobile games may imply that this won't be a full fat console PC release, but my mind still boggles at that idea. And that is interesting to note that they possibly are having an RPG game that they would bring to console. If they do bring it to consoles, that does question the longevity of 2K of the 2K series and the 2K franchise continuing with this game. I'm just saying. Could we see something centered on a full career story mode, taking a garage gym nobody to the heights of sports entertainment superstardom? It could have character building. And classes with different archetypes, bruises, and speedsters with abilities that affect your performance in and out of the ring. Maybe it could have a BioWare-style morality system with a heel-face meter and party approval from the other wrestlers in your stable. The game's potential developer could go in an entirely different direction as well. Maybe an alternate wrestling-themed fantasy world like Brutal Legends Metal-themed Dimension. And that is the end of the article. So, with that being said, y'all, it is definitely interesting to see that they are working on an RPG game for WWE. I know it's a smart business move as far as bringing more fans that don't really necessarily play the WWE game on console, to possibly bring it to mobile devices and have people play it that way. And if it does happen to come to console, man, it is interesting to see that while they do have WWE 2K out, that they would put out another game on the same consoles. But that's just my opinion. It's interesting to talk about, man. But y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about it, man. As long as y'all remain respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure making it for y'all, and I'll see y'all next time, man. God bless.